By the end of the 14th century, nearly all music's vital components have been discovered. Notation, both melodic and rhythmic, the layering of voices on top of each other, and a basic selection of instruments to complement the human voice. One final piece of the jigsaw still needed to click into position. In around 1400, harmony took a huge leap forward, a leap that was to change the way music sounded forever. We still live with that change today. Before 1400, despite Puritan's adventurousness, when composers layered notes on top of each other, they only chose a very limited menu of possible note combinations. There was the basic octave. And there were two other note combinations, both of which medieval musicians called perfect, because they were thought to be godly. The perfect fourth and the perfect fifth. And before 1400, that's more or less it. In this famous piece, for example, all the harmonies are sung either 4 or 5 notes apart from the basic melody line.
Gaudete, gaudete, Christus est natus, ex Maria Virgine gaudete.
To our ears, accustomed to the subsequent 600 years of harmony, there's something missing, which makes the music sound bare and a little cold.
Tempus ades gratiae, oquoloctocamus, cardinale titiae, devote vedamus. Gaudete, gaudete, Christus est natus, ex Maria Virgine gaudete.
What's missing is a combination of notes that, before 1400, composers had virtually ignored. The man who did use this note combination set things up for what was to be a giant leap for harmony. He was an English composer called John Dunstable. Dunstable introduced the mighty but imperfect third. Why is the third imperfect? If you count just 3 notes up from your starting point C, you arrive at E. Why isn't this third a perfect distance? The reason is that the third, unlike the fourth and the fifth, has 2 different versions, what we'd call now a major version and a minor version. It is Mr. Ambiguous. You can see just how ambiguous by counting further up the keyboard. If I count 3 notes from D, for example, I come to F, creating a minor third, ditto E to G. But F to A, like C to E, is a major third. The fact that the third can be either major or minor, depending on where you start counting from, might sound like only a slight technical difference, but it's not. The pivot between the major third and the minor third is the pivot upon which all Western music balances. Very broadly speaking, one is happy and one is sad, and harmonies using these thirds make the music richer, more subtle and more affecting. But allowing the leans both ways third into music had one other big byproduct. Let's start with C again. We'll count up 3 steps and find ourselves at E, a major third. Then if we carry on up another 3 steps to G, we've created a minor third. But what happens if we play all of these 3 notes together? All these 3 notes played together are called a triad, and triads are the bread and butter of all Western music.